You can start.
You go hand to God, mate.
Yeah.
Let's go hand to God.
Nice little career, I think. 2 fives.
Hi everyone.
Maybe 6, I think.
Thanks for joining us. We've got the live section of the England press conference with Eddie Jones and Owen Farrell. We ask you to raise your virtual hands if you would like to ask a question. Permission to record? We need to. Fine, don't worry about that. Okay, we will start. We've got Russell Hargreaves up first, please. Thank you. Russ, you're on mute.
Good question, though. It's probably the best question you've asked, mate.
Russell, we can't hear you. We'll move to Julian for a second, and we'll try and sort that out. Julian, do you want to go ahead, please?
Yeah, thank you. Hello, Eddie. What pleased you most about that win today?
The manner of the win, that we controlled most of the game. We went in there with certain things we wanted to take away from them and certain things we wanted to impose. And for the best part of the game, we did that. You know, we got a little bit loose and we got a run of penalties against us in the second half, but that's just shows how much more we've got in us.
And can I just ask, another 2 tries for Jonny May. I mean, you've seen a lot of good finishing wings in your time. How does he rate?
Look, he's right up there, mate. And you consider he's 30 and he's still improving every aspect of his game. You know, he's such a dedicated trainer and he's obsessed by getting better. And he's a great role model for all the players in the team. You know, when you consider the player he was, I remember watching him in the 2015 World Cup. At one stage, he was going to end up in row K. You know, and now he's a serious finisher.
Thank you.
James Cole, will come to you, please.
Eddie, I'm just wondering what you made of the physicality today.
Yeah, well, England-Ireland games are always tough games, aren't they? You know, they have been over the last 4 or 5 years. You know, they've got a strong forward pack. We've got a strong forward pack. So it's a tough old game, mate.
Was that the brutal physicality you were calling for back in February?
Well, I can't remember back then, mate. All I know is that we had a good preparation for this game. I think it's at times we dominated in that area, and we've got a bit more to go there.
And in terms of the back row, they were central to that. They were integral to that. And you were asked a few questions about Jack Willis not being in the squad earlier in the week. Did the back row answer that question today?
Well, they didn't have to answer it to me. You know, as I said, you guys can fantasize about your team, but they're the 3 guys that played for us today. They did their job superbly, and then Jack will come back into camp on Monday and be part of the squad and compete again.
And we saw players as well. Maybe this is one for you and Owen as well. We saw players creating atmosphere on the pitch today, celebrating moments, wins. Is that crucial when there's no fans in? Is that something you've talked about?
No, you could probably hear it more because there's no fans in. But we're lucky to be in the situation that we're in at the minute, and we're very privileged to be playing for our country, and we love doing it, and hopefully that's what showed.
And how pleased were you, Owen, with that defensive effort, that physicality? It looked like a white brick wall out there from where I was sat.
Yeah, no, it was enjoyable to be a part of. Obviously, not just defence, but everything that was connected to it as well. It was relentless at times, and yeah, it was enjoyable.
That's something you pride yourself on as a team?
Yeah, no, we want to pride ourselves on a lot of things, and obviously Ireland kept the ball for long periods today, and as I said, we enjoyed defending.
Eddie, clean bill of health after that?
Yeah, no, and that's the other good thing, mate. Everyone's healthy. We'll have a couple of days break now, then have a short prep for Wales. You know, Wales is going to be a tough game for us. We know that's their game of the year. They've had a tough run lately, and they'll be up for that game. So we're going to have a really good, short, intense preparation for that game. We're playing at a ground that's not a stadium, which is unusual to play Test rugby now in the ground that's not a stadium. So it'll be open to the elements a bit more. So we need to prepare really well for that game.
What do you make of Wales at the moment? That they're struggling. They're in transition, aren't they?
Yeah, but, they're always different against us, mate. That's the game. They wrote a song about it, didn't they, in 2000, about how the only game that counts is beating England. So we're anticipating a different animal on next Saturday, and we'll need to prepare well to be right for them.
I didn't know you were a Stereophonics fan. Finally, from me, just on today, what was most pleasing for you?
The togetherness of the team, the way we work together. As Owen said, those celebrations are an indication of how the team wants to work for each other. And when you want to work that hard for each other, good things can happen.
Thank you.
Yep, got the loose connection mended now. Sorry about that, gentlemen. Owen, just what's it like for you as the kind of playmaker in the side to have someone like Jonny May out there with the ability that he can just create something from these incredible situations?
Yeah, no, brilliant. And it's not just them big moments that you all see, the little things that he's relentless with as well. Matters so much. You see him go as hard as he can on every situation that presents itself to him. So they all add up, and he got his big moment today, and he was ready to take it.
And how good has it been to have George Ford back into the collective and back fit to at least be on the bench for you to work within the week as much as today? No,
brilliant again. To have George, he's always been in and around the squad anyway, contributing, but to have him back in the 23 with his experience is brilliant.
Eddie took on 150 plus minutes over the two games without conceding any points. How pleased are you with the defence, and how much better could it yet get?
Yeah, there's a few things we can still tidy up. We allowed them in the second half to poke their head through a few times when we had a good hit and we didn't go through with it. But we work hard on that area of the game, and we know it's an important area of the game. And we can keep improving in that in our defensive capabilities.
And in terms of the domination and being so tough up front, how is Matt Proudfoot continuing to really help this improvement working with him?
Yeah, no, he's adding a lot, mate. He's doing a great job for us. It was great timing for Jason Riles to come in. The food bill's gone up, but he's added considerably to our coaching prowess, and him and Simon are now starting to work on the more foundational part of our attack, and we'll see growth in that over the next 12 months.
Thank you.
Mitch Phillips, we'll come to you next, please.
Hi, Eddie. Obviously, monumental defensive effort in that second half, but have you come away with some disappointment that you weren't able to mount much of an attacking challenge?
Well, Mitch, I tell you, I'm never disappointed when we beat Ireland.
No. But we didn't really look like scoring much in the second half. Must have been looking for something more. You
can be disappointed, mate. I'm not. I know how hard it is to beat Ireland. I know how hard the boys work to beat Ireland. And we've been beaten by them. It's not a good feeling, mate. So we've got a good feeling in our dressing room. They probably haven't got a real good feeling in their dressing room. So you can be disappointed, mate, but I'm not. Not disappointed with the result. It's a great result and great defensive display. I was just wondering if, it went 40 minutes or so without really looking like scoring. Oh, well, that's how the game goes, mate. Sometimes it flows your way, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes the elements of the game go against you. We had a considerable advantage in the penalties in the first half, and for some reason that changed in the second half. So it allowed them to get a lot of field position and a lot of ball. So we had to defend. Thank you.
If we've got no further questions, okay, we will leave the live press conference there. Thank you very much.